Are you thinking about moving to San Diego or even just thinking about relocating to a new neighborhood here in San Diego? Well, you're probably going crazy searching Google, reading a bunch of outdated blogs, watching a bajillion videos on YouTube, just trying to figure out what's the best place for you to call home in San Diego because there is well over 120 neighborhoods right here in San Diego, all with their each and own special attributes. So hopefully we can put an end to that today because I am a San Diego native that have helped dozens and dozens of individuals and families buy and sell homes throughout San Diego. So I wanted to go over the top questions that I've been asked throughout the years. So this video is going to be the ultimate guide if you are moving to San Diego and trying to figure out which area is going to be best for you because let's face it, San Diego is massive, and I'm very confident that this video is going to help build a ton of clarity. Here we go. By the way, my name is Nick, and you guys are reaching out all the time, and we love helping you guys out. So if you're thinking about making a move in or around San Diego, just shoot us a text, shoot us an email, or just straight up give us a call so we can help you save a ton of time and help you with your real estate goals right here in good old San Diego. Now let's just get into the first big question, which is gonna be, where should you live? Now, you already heard me mention that San Diego is a big place, and I'm not kidding because you have over 3.3 million people living in the entire San Diego County. That is a big number to digest, which means there's just a ton of great places to live. There's so many different cities and suburbs within San Diego, but it's overall really gonna come down to two things. What is your lifestyle and what is your budget? And because San Diego is just so darn expensive, some people have to choose a condo or a townhome over a single family home just so that they can get into a neighborhood that is more appealing to them because that single family home is just currently out of reach. It's too expensive until they buy that condo or townhome and grow that equity, and then a few years later they can get into that detached home in the better neighborhood. Now, let's say you like being able to walk to shops and restaurants just from your front doorstep. Well, expect to pay a premium, about a 25% premium here in San Diego. Or maybe you work in tech and you need to be close to some of the tech hubs like Sereno Valley, University Town Center, Carlsbad, or maybe even downtown San Diego. What about schools? Are schools important to you? Do you plan on having kids soon? Do you already have a family? Well, you're probably going to be wanting to look at some of the highly rated public school systems here. I'd recommend looking in areas like Encinitas. You're going to have Carlsbad, Poway Unified School District, and even San Marcos, which are all going to be great options, just to name a few. Or maybe you're just looking for that overall laid-back beach lifestyle that San Diego has a ton of, and maybe some great views at the same time. I'd recommend looking in areas like Pacific Beach, La Jolla, Carlsbad, Solana Beach, and Oceanside. Those are just to name a few. What about HOA and non-HOA neighborhoods? I know a lot of you out there are pretty 50-50 on this. Some of you guys want nothing to do with an HOA, while others like having an HOA around because it gives that real clean and consistent neighborhood feel that's overall just very family oriented. Now, if you're looking for an HOA neighborhood, look in some of these areas like Forest Ranch. You're gonna have Carlsbad, San Marcos, Rancho Penasquitos, all master plan communities. While if you want the total opposite, that windy roads with the big mature trees, nothing to do with HOAs, look in areas like Vista. You have Escondido, Encinitas, University City, and even Poway. I could go on and on with these questions, but don't worry guys, we have a ton of videos right here on our channel about a lot of these areas. If you go to our channel page and go to that top right area, you're gonna see a search bar. You can type in a lot of these areas here in San Diego, and we will likely have a ton of videos on them. The next big question is, what can I get for my money when it comes to housing? Well, let's start with this. The median price for a detached home in San Diego is at about $1,050,000 at the moment, while a townhome or condo median price is about $650,000. So it's really not that affordable of a place to call home at the end of the day. Now, if we break that down by neighborhoods, you're gonna see that some of these areas are a lot more affordable than others. And just as a rule of thumb, you need to know that the closer you are to any downtown areas or those bigger commercial areas or even the beach, or even in a higher rated public school system, the prices are going to be much higher than those median prices that I shared. For instance, you want to buy a single family home in Carlsbad, well, you realistically need to bring about $1.3 million if you want to have any options at all. But if you have a smaller budget and you're okay with a condo or townhome, you can find options in Carlsbad starting at about $650,000 to $700,000. Or maybe your heart's set on Carmel Valley. Well, Realistically, if you want to buy a single family home over there, you need to have at least 1.8 million, or maybe you are okay with a condo or townhome. You can find options starting at about 800,000. And to be completely honest, when it comes to your affordable options, it's very scattered for the most part. It's not like all your affordable houses are just in one concentrated zone. But if you are looking for homes that are right around or below $1 million that are detached, I recommend looking in areas like Vista. You're going to have Oceanside, Escondido, and San Marcos in North County. And if you're looking in central to southern San Diego, look in Chula Vista, Otay Ranch, even La Mesa. And then if you're looking in East County, Santee area is going to be another area where you can find those lower priced homes. And for my buyers that have more of a generous budget and looking for higher end areas starting at about $2.5 million, I recommend looking in areas like Encinitas, Carlsbad, Del Sur, Carmel Valley, Bay Ho, and Mission Hills, to name a few. And for my people that have an even higher budget than that, starting at around $4 million and looking for more of a luxurious home with a relaxed feeling of the area with shopping and all that fun stuff, I recommend looking in areas like La Jolla. You're going to have Rancho Santa Fe, Santa Luz, Point Loma, Del Mar, and Solana Beach. Next, what are the home types and styles like? Well, this is one of my favorite parts about San Diego, is its diversity in its homes. What if you want an older custom home with character, or maybe you want something newer and modern, or possibly a condo or single-story ranch home with views? San Diego has so many different types of homes, especially when it comes to historic homes. You're going to have homes that have been completely renovated on the interior and kept its charm, while others have gone through some not so tasteful renovations. If you're looking for neighborhoods that have a mix of non-renovated homes and completely remastered homes that still have that charm, look into areas like Point Loma, North Park, Vista, Coastal Oceanside, and La Jolla, to name a few. These neighborhoods are going to consist of 1950s bungalows to mid-century modern homes, all the way up to newer construction. When it comes to new construction, you do have options here in San Diego, but not a lot. Some areas where you do have some housing developments happening are going to be in Escondido, you have Chula Vista, San Marcos, and some areas in East County. But I always tell people this, you really have to figure out what your vibe really is, because there is two different types of neighborhoods here in San Diego. You have your master planned areas where it's very consistent and clean and has HOAs, and you also have your other areas that have your unique houses where they're just older, established neighborhoods. So figuring out, which one you gravitate more towards is going to be a huge piece of the puzzle. And remember, as much as we love making these videos for you guys, we love helping you with your real estate needs just a little bit more. So we'd love to be a real estate resource of choice here in San Diego. All of our information is right there down below. Next big question is the weather. Is it perfect year round here? Not really, but depending on where you're moving from, it possibly is. And when I ask people this, the biggest reason they're moving here to San Diego is for that weather. And yes, year-round San Diego does have some great weather, but you do need to know that there is microclimates, and sometimes just a 15-minute drive can feel like you need a complete wardrobe change. So for buyers, it's really important to consider this when making your neighborhood choices. And if you want those warmer, sunnier climates, I really recommend looking in the central to east parts of the county, such as Fallbrook, San Marcos, Poway, Vista, La Mesa, and even Chula Vista. And if you don't mind those cooler temperatures and a few overcast days, look on the coast in areas like Oceanside, Carlsbad, Del Mar, La Jolla, and Pacific Beach. Those are all going to be great fits. And my advice is to go visit these areas in different times of day. Go there in the morning and then go check it out at 1 in the afternoon, because I think you will see a significant difference. And sadly, the beginning of summer are some of our gloomiest months here in San Diego. I'm sure you've heard of the famous May gray or June gloom. Yes, there's a good 2 months usually of this overcast weather, which is kind of a bummer because summer is just starting to kick off. But if you do live just about 20 minutes east of the coast or the beach, you will likely avoid any of this May gray or June gloom. And just so you guys know, I live on the coast and I'm the type of person that just loves those cooler, moderate temperatures. I like to wear pants and a t-shirt throughout the day without getting too hot or too cold. And right around that mid to low 70s is kind of the right temperature for myself. But just know that September and October are usually the best times of year here when it comes to very moderate temperatures. Next is going to be, what is your work and commute time? This is going to be huge in figuring out which neighborhood to call home. And with so many tech companies arriving to San Diego over the past few years, like Qualcomm, You have Viasat, you're going to have Teradata, ServiceNow. Areas like Sereno Valley, Rancho Bernardo, Carlsbad, Torrey Pines, La Jolla, and even downtown San Diego have become the real hubs for tech here. But tech isn't the only major player here in San Diego. Healthcare is a huge employer, as well as UCSD. You just have so many different healthcare centers. You have Scripps, you're going to have Kaiser, you have a ton of UCSD. And with the rise of remote workers over the past few years, I'm talking people that really don't have any commute whatsoever. They're prioritizing their search a lot different, such as proximity to good schools, peaceful outdoor space, and a very functional floor plan. I don't want to speak for you, but if you are going to be commuting, you should be trying to keep that commute within a 30-minute drive, because that 30-minute drive with traffic is looking a lot more like 45 to 50 minutes with traffic, and you just want to make sure this is going to be sustainable for you long term. So just know that San Diego is very car centric. You should opt to have your own source of transportation, whether it's a car, a bike, or even using the coaster, which is our train system that runs along the coast. And if you want to use the coaster daily or even weekly, stations are in areas like Oceanside. You've got two in Carlsbad, Encinitas, Sereno Valley, and they go all the way down to downtown San Diego. Next question is, what is your lifestyle looking for? No matter what it is looking for, San Diego is likely going to have it. Each city has its own different experiences, and that's what makes it so cool. You can live up in Carlsbad and go down to Pacific Beach for the day, spend the whole day down there, and it's going to be completely different than a day up in Carlsbad. And let's say you want hiking or trails or just biking, just outdoor amenities. Each city here in San Diego is going to have a ton of that. They're going to have their own trail systems and their own unique outdoor things. But yeah, do some have better or more than others? Of course they do. But you got to keep that in mind too. You have to figure out what you like and what your lifestyle wants to be close to. Or maybe you're looking to be close to world-class shopping or just having culinary experiences at these really nice restaurants. You have a ton of that, especially if you are living closer to the coast. That's where all of it's really going to be, in areas like downtown Oceanside, Carlsbad Village. Encinitas has miles and miles of really good restaurants, Del Mar. And then towards the south, downtown San Diego is where you have a ton of top-rated restaurants as well. You got North Park, really trendy and fun spots down there if you like that type of stuff. And I can't forget local fresh produce and foods, farmers markets. San Diego is huge on farmers markets. You go down to La Jolla, you go to Carlsbad, you go to North Park, you go basically any of these cities, you are going to have a weekly farmers market. So if you're really looking for fresh produce and just some local stuff and local vendors, definitely be checking out all of these local farmers markets. So San Diego has something for everyone, and obviously there's so many factors that come into play on what's going to be the best for you. And I'm sure this video sparked a ton of questions. So if you have any questions about buying a home here in San Diego and you're trying to figure out the right area and go down that whole journey, we would love to be a real estate resource for you and guide you down that process. All of our information is right there down below. We'd love to hear from you, and I got a couple other videos right here that'll probably help you out a lot. Might see you there.